All right, guys, welcome to the Digital Barbell Podcast. Thank you for being here. I'm Jonathan. This is my wife, Blakely. Glad you found our podcast. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe before you leave. If you like fitness content, nutrition, exercise, training, mindset, dog stuff, all kinds of... There's some dogs in this video if you're watching this on YouTube. Hey, Lacey, what's going on? We got a good topic for you today. We're going to do 20 common fitness and nutrition questions answered in rapid fire fashion.
I like it.
We're going to do this rapid fire because with 20 questions, this could easily turn into like a 2-hour podcast, but we're going to try to keep these
one sentence answers.
That's right. At least like a minute and a half each one, maybe maximum. That's the goal anyway. Today's sponsor is...
Art school.
Art school.
Because I just got schooled in art.
Tell us more.
By a 5-year-old.
For those of the people that are watching on YouTube, show everybody what you're talking about.
We are our shorties, our nieces and nephews. We've been hanging out with them all week, and I've been doing a lot of coloring. This is done by a 5-year-old who just turned 5. So that is so good. It's very detailed. Like there's a rainbow with like circles and lines and she is so good at the details. And so she loves to sit in my lap and we color like the same picture. I didn't do any of this. This was all her. And it's hilarious because she will like start to watch me color and like stop and like freeze and she say, "It's okay if you go out of the lines." I mean, do it sometimes.
Because you really do struggle more than she does to stay inside the lines.
I was struggling. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm too nervous to color in front of you. You're too good.
So are you going to actually enroll in art school?
Yeah, I obviously need to.
All right.
I'm not good at staying in the lines.
Sounds like a plan. All right. Do you want to just get into this episode?
Let's go.
Let's roll.
This is 20 common fitness and nutrition questions. Rapid fire.
Who's going
Here we
first?
go. I'm going to go first.
All right. Do you want me to read it?
No.
Okay.
You can read your own questions.
All right.
Number 1. How do I start a fitness routine if I'm a complete beginner? Just start. 2-word answer.
Come on. You got to get people more than that.
That is the goal. It doesn't matter if you're beginner, intermediate, advanced. If you are questioning, should I start a fitness routine? Just start.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And, you'll find the right level for you. If you work with someone like Digital Barbell, we will put you in the right level. We'll give you the workouts for your level. But find a reputable coach or fitness program and just start. Don't delay. Do it on a Wednesday. Do it on a Tuesday. Don't wait till the beginning of the month. Don't wait till the beginning of the week. Don't wait till the beginning of the year.
Don't wait till you got
just
all the stuff.
Start. Yeah.
You got the right
Literally,
shoes.
That's it.
All right. We'll take that one. Number 2, what are the best exercises for losing belly fat? Are you ready for this one? It's called the plate pushback. This is where you are eating food and you've had enough and you push the plate away from yourself because, as we all know, all belly fat is lost the same way that any fat on your body is lost, and that's through a calorie deficit, which is controlled by how much you eat. So while doing exercise is great for your overall health and can help you stick with your nutrition goals, it does not necessarily cause belly fat loss. So if you want to lose belly fat, dial in your nutrition and stop looking for a magical exercise, especially targeted exercises like crunches or sit-ups or side bends or whatever that you think is targeting your belly. It does not work that way.
Number 3, how often should I work out each week to see results? We recommend a minimum of 3 times a week and up to 6 times a week. Personally, Jonathan and I do 4 strength and conditioning workouts a week, and we do 1 full conditioning day and 1 full hour-long steady state. And that has been working great for us.
Yep. The problem is with anything less than that, when life invariably happens, you're going to
with anything less than 3.
Yeah, anything less than 3, you are probably going to not have enough total volume throughout the week to get the results that you want. Number 4, what is the difference between weight loss and fat loss? At the root here, I've never had a client who said that they wanted to lose weight that didn't want to do anything except lose fat. Everybody who wants to lose weight really just wants to lose fat, not muscle or anything else. So the difference between weight loss and fat loss is kind of pedantic, and we're really just talking about terminology here. But weight loss is just the number that you see on the scale. Fat loss is what you see when you look in the mirror. You're going to see the areas of body fat all over your body starting to reduce as you lose weight. But the main difference is just in the terminology.
Number 5, is it better to do cardio or strength training for weight loss? We always recommend strength training.
This was after we just said in the previous one that your nutrition is what controls whether
Yeah.
you lose
Well, this
weight
is
or
like
not.
specifically asking the question, should I do cardio or strength training?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I could just go into a little bit more on this one, the reason we recommend strength training for weight loss is because you're building up more muscle on your body, which is that more metabolically active tissue to keep you burning more calories over
For
the next
longer.
months and years of your life. A
Yeah.
short-term calorie restriction and doing extra cardio for weight loss is not setting yourself up for a healthy metabolism and weight maintenance in your older years. All right. Number 6, how should I eat, or what should I eat before and after a workout? People get really bogged down in the details of pre and post workout nutrition when they're not even nailing the total amount of food they should be eating over the course of the day and the total amount of protein they should eat across the course of the day. So let's focus on those things first. Once those things are under control, and if you don't know how many calories might be right for you, you can download our free calorie and macronutrient calculator. I'll put a link to that in the show notes. But once we have those two things dialed in, let's try to have about 30 to 50 grams of carbohydrates within an hour or so of a workout to give yourself plenty of energy on board in your bloodstream for your workout. And then let's try to make sure we have protein within the next few hours after your workout so we can get out of that catabolic state and start repairing the muscle damage you already did.
Number 7, how can I stay motivated to stick with my fitness goals? Well, the problem is in the question here, you can't rely on motivation to make you get into the gym or stick with your fitness goals. You've got to lean into routine and get consistency in these things. We don't always feel motivated. No one always feels motivated to get into their workout to step into the gym. So relying on that is going to just lead to failure.
Amen. Number 8, how much protein do I really need? Well, I'm glad you said need because protein is an essential nutrient. You cannot survive without it. Just look at the people on the show alone. How much do you need? It depends on your body composition, your activity levels, your muscle mass, a lot of different things. But the minimum we would recommend per day is about 0.7 or 0.8 grams per pound that you weigh. If you want to round up to a gram per pound, you can if you find it easy to eat protein. Otherwise, from a minimum standpoint, between 0.7 and 0.8 per day per pound that you weigh.
Number 9, what are the best snacks for staying energized throughout the day? A snack that is high in protein is a very good snack because it keeps you full longer. And I like to snack on like fruits for, because having a little bout of carbs is going to give you that energy boost that you need. And fruit is just so hydrating and refreshing that you're just, especially if I eat like watermelon or like a peach or something like that, I just get a burst of energy afterwards because of the extra hydration you're getting.
It's very hard to overeat fruit too,
Yeah.
compared to like a bag of chips or something like that.
So the high protein snack rule is calories times
Protein grams times 10.
protein grams times 10 needs to be
More
than the calorie, more equal to or more than the calorie. So
Yeah.
if it's a 10 grams of protein snack, it needs to be 100 calories or less.
Yep. And then one little thing I want to throw into this one too. What are the best snacks for staying energized throughout the day?
That was my question.
I'm just going to say one more thing about that is eat bigger meals. Rely less on snacks and bulk up your meals. If you're eating 100 calories for breakfast, 300 calories for lunch, and you're trying to squeeze in 400 calories at dinner, of course you're hungry in between meals. Bulk up those meals to 500 to 700 calories each, and you will have to rely on snacking a lot less. All right, number 10, is that what we're on? How do I overcome a weight loss plateau? It depends what causes your weight loss plateau, but after coaching a whole lot of people, I can tell you the most common cause of a weight loss plateau is a lack of adherence to the diet plan. So adjusting calories won't help with that. It just takes an honest assessment of what habits that you used to have in place have crept back into your overall lifestyle and starting to work on rebuilding those habits into the ones that got you losing weight in the first place. If you have if you hit a weight loss plateau and everything really is on point, it's time to address one of the sides of the energy balance equation, either by putting in some extra movement during your day or reducing calories to get the scale moving again.
Number 11, can I lose weight without giving up my favorite foods? Absolutely. I mean, just remember that, your body composition is made up of the sum of what you do mostly. So if you mostly eat, whole unprocessed foods, lots of fruits and vegetables and grains and, lean meats, and you still indulge in your favorite foods, that's fine. If you eat mostly processed foods, order from restaurants, take out, high calorie snacks that don't stay with you very long, and you also, and that's all your favorite foods are included in that, then that's where the problem is going to lie.
Yeah. I want to flip this one on its head too. Instead of saying, can I lose weight without giving up my favorite foods? Ask yourself this: can I maintain weight loss without eating any of my favorite foods? And I bet the answer to that question is no. So automatically, to lose and maintain that weight loss, you need to be eating some of your favorite foods. Otherwise, you got yourself an unsustainable diet right there. Number 12, is it possible to build muscle and lose fat at the same time? Absolutely. This process is called body recomposition. This is most likely to happen in an untrained, undertrained, or somebody who undertrained person, or somebody who's just had like a layoff from working out. The only way this is going to happen is if you eat somewhere around your maintenance calories or slight deficit. If you have a lot of weight to lose, you eat adequate protein, and you follow a resistance training program that has you building muscle. That muscle that you're adding has weight, and it will offset the fat loss numbers that you should be seeing on the scale. So your weight will still be about the same, but you will be building muscle and looking better with your clothes off.
All right, number 13. What's the truth about carbs? Are they good or are they bad? I don't think that they can and should be labeled like good or bad. I mean, carbohydrates are our energy source. So, just saying that it is something good,
Energy good,
that you need to eat. And I think like when people say like I don't eat carbs, they're like talking about I don't eat cake, and I can't eat cake, and I can't eat chips and breads and things like that. So I think, carbs are also our fruits and our vegetables, and like rice and oatmeal and grains, and, so labeling them good or bad is not good to start with, but making sure that, again, you focus on whole foods and quality carbohydrates for your energy in the proper amounts is where you're going to get the benefit of energy from carbs.
Yep. Carbs that derail your health are probably not great for you to eat. Carbs that make you feel energized, have better digestion, and keep you full, those are probably good carbs for you to eat. So they all exist on a spectrum. How can I manage cravings for unhealthy foods? I think we need to flip this one on its head also. And instead of thinking about managing your cravings for unhealthy foods, take away the label of them being unhealthy foods and focus on eating mostly highly nutritious, energy dense, and I should say vitamin and micronutrient dense, not energy dense. That could be just calories, but filling up the majority of your diet with highly nutritious, high protein, high fiber, high hydration foods, and you'll be surprised how quickly those cravings for unhealthy foods go away without overly fixating on restricting those unhealthy foods. Because if your focus is just on managing the cravings and restricting those things, eventually psychologically you're going to break. You're going to go all in on them, feel like you failed, and you'll be on the roller coaster of getting back on track. So focus on bringing more of the good stuff in, and you will be surprised how easily and quickly those cravings go away.
Number 15, what are some simple, healthy meal prep ideas for busy people? I think instead of thinking of it as meal prep, where you have to like have the container and prep the entire meal, all partitioned out, think of it as ingredient prep. We are currently, you can smell it in here if you could smell through the camera, are cooking a crock pot full of chicken. So we will cook a chicken, we will cook some rice. I might pre-cut up some vegetables like bell peppers and cucumbers and things like that. And so we prep ingredients, and then when we're ready to make a meal, it's super easy, and it takes just a few minutes to put everything together, heat it up if you need to, and make your plate.
Yep.
And you can make different things with these, ingredients. So we could make a chicken bowl, we can make chicken tacos, we could make a soup. We can make a lot of different meals from the ingredients that we prep.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing I'll throw into this is become better at cooking. Like learn the skill of cooking. That is a game changer for staying on track with your nutrition and not having to rely on on restaurants and takeout. Is learning how to prepare a couple different simple protein sources, a couple different carb sources, and boom, you are well on your way. How much water, number 16, how much water should I drink each day? Used to just give people a recommendation of 60 to 100 ounces per day, but the more I've coached people, I think it's more person to person dependent. So I would just tell you to drink to thirst, monitor the color of your urine so that it's a pale yellow color, and make sure that you always have water available so that when when thirst does strike, you are ready to drink. Like if you just aren't in the habit of carrying a water bottle around or having any water around you, you're probably going to end up dehydrated. And unless you are like working outside, or you work out in a gym that has no air conditioning and you're sweating like crazy, water really is enough. You don't necessarily have to add any hydration packets or expensive supplements to your water to offset anything about what water is doing for you in general. So drink to thirst, monitor the color of your urine. If you like numbers, try to get 60 to 100 ounces per day.
Number 17, are supplements necessary for getting fit? No, they're not necessary for getting fit, and they're not necessary if you eat a balanced diet full of, whole unprocessed foods and plenty of fruits and vegetables. The only thing we would I would say like is protein powder sometimes is considered a supplement. If you struggle to get enough protein, using a protein powder as a supplement to get enough protein, maybe for one of your snacks or one of your meals.
Yep.
And then creatine is a good supplement. Just Jonathan takes that. I don't.
Yep. Creatine and caffeine are really the only supplements, other than protein powder, like you said, that are worth a darn. Creatine can help you get more out of your workouts by lifting more weight, do another rep. All that progress adds up over time. And then caffeine simply gives you more oomph to your workout to be able to squeeze out a little bit of progress, even if it's some of it is the placebo effect.
I didn't know pumpkin spice lattes were a supplement.
It is that season. Number 18, what's the best way to track my progress? It depends if we're talking about, progress in the gym or progress with your body composition or progress with your weight, but you're on the right track by knowing that you do need to track your progress. I'd recommend looking at multiple measurements of progress because sooner or later, one of them is probably going to hit a stall, and you'd like to have other ways to see if you are truly making progress. So when we're talking about body composition, this is progress pictures. This is a waist measurement, a hip measurement, and of course your average weight for the week. Watch for the trends of those things. If this is talking about strength progress, obviously you need to be recording the weight that you're lifting, the number of reps you're able to do, the number of sets that you're able to do, and take a video of your form too, because progress is also increasing your range of motion, having better technique, the bar speed being faster at the same weight. So there's some simple ways to track progress.
Number 19, how do I know if I'm overtraining? Going back to what he was talking about tracking your workouts, making sure that you are tracking your workouts is key, number one, to see if you are able to continue to add weight or reps. If you start to stall out, that could be an indication that you're overtraining. If you are constantly sore, that could be an indication that you're overtraining. So tracking both things, just keeping it, not really tracking, but keeping an eye on your soreness level. And are you continuing to be able to make progress, or are you continually stuck for weeks on end? And I would say if 3 weeks go by and you really haven't made a lot of progress and in most of your lifts, then you probably are overtraining.
And then two other things to watch for is, are you getting overuse injuries? That could be an imbalance. The dog just knocked a pillow
I'm
off.
completely out of the scene.
Okay, we're going to adjust the camera, but I'll say overuse injuries could be a sign that your training program isn't balanced, but it could just be that you're doing too much volume in general. Like if you go from not running to training for a half marathon, and you start getting plantar fasciitis and you start getting shin splints, that's an example of overtraining in that exact exercise and movement pattern. And then the other thing is your motivation for training declining too. That could be a sign that you've accumulated too much fatigue. You need to take a break, and the overtraining is just manifesting on the mental health side of things. Number 20, what are the biggest fitness myths I should ignore? Anything you don't hear Digital Barbell talking about is a fitness myth. No, I think I would just say pretty much anything that you see on social media that sounds like hype, is recorded in a grocery store, that tries to scare you into doing or not doing something, is a myth. Anything that promises fast results is a myth. Anything that says there's a secret that you don't know about is probably a myth. And any diet that eliminates categories of food or tells you that any food can't be a part of your overall healthy diet is a fitness myth. Confusing your muscles and thinking that you have to mix things up constantly to keep making progress is a myth. What did I miss? Basically anything you see like some uneducated person ranting about with a loud voice is probably a myth. So beware, run those things through a BS filter, and reach out to us if you want to know if something is legit or not.
That's it.
That was 20.
That was
Boom.
20.
I mean, I think we flew through those.
That was good.
And as I was going through those, I realized like I'm talking in a weird voice too, so I'm going to be interested to listen
You are
back to
talking in
this.
a weird voice.
I was talking in like a game show voice for some
Yeah,
reason.
I actually was like, I wonder if he has like a script over there or something.
I don't. I just have the questions. I was just in a mood, so it was fun. That was a fun episode. I'm glad we got to go through all those pretty quickly. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you ever want to get a question in the queue for a Q&A podcast, just send us a message on Instagram. If you don't already follow us on YouTube, head over there and follow us because we are trying to put out more and more video content and even some stuff that doesn't make it to the podcast. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Have a great day.